Hey guys, this is Kathryn from F&P Wargamers, and I'm going to show you my really cool blending technique. So I'm painting the Grot Scuttlings from the Silver Tower series. Not really my favorite model out of the kit, but we'll make do. So this is the one that I've already painted. I don't know how good the lighting is on this guy. So yeah, I mean, what I'm really going to show you is the blending. So like you can see on the legs where I blended up from like a light green up to sort of a bluish color. Anyway, that's kind of my jam. Yeah. So here we go. So this is my wet palette that I have another video for making. So the way I paint is I kind of focus more on the colors than necessarily what the paint is called. So like some of these are layers and bases and whatever. I don't care. I ignore all of that. So again, I don't paint like a normal person. I paint in my own special fashion. So I'm more interested in these colors. So the colors that I have here are moot green, cavalite green, and techless blue. And I sort of put them in a range of where they would go on the spectrum. So that would blend to that, would blend to that. Same thing up here. So we have a screamer pink, Nagaroth Night, and Xerxes purple. And they will actually, this would go between these two, but it's fine. And then I always put a black and white so that I can blend up or blend down depending on what I need it to be. The dark brown is a dryad bark, and this lighter brown down here is an XB88. And I think these are all the colors I used in this, but I might be wrong, so if I need to add something, then I will promptly do so. Anyway, so painting, that's a thing I do. Okay, so let's look at this leg right here. So what I'm going to do is actually paint the base color is going to be the color that's in the middle of this 3-color palette. So which is going to be the cavalite green. So I'm just going to paint this leg cavalite green. And the wet palette really helps keep the paint, well, it keeps it wet, but it really helps in blending, so the paint doesn't end up too thick and I don't end up, you know, over painting the model. Okay, so I have painted his legs cavalite green. So now what I'm going to do is blend lighter near the feet and then sort of a bluer up near his midsection. So what I do is I just take a little bit of the green and move it over here, and then I take a little bit of the moot green. So there's cavalite green, moot green, and I sort of mix them together. So something like this. And this is why wet palettes are awesome. You can just kind of make any color you want. So I blend down a little bit. So then I paint, and I sort of gradually move to a lighter color. So the end point is going to be like this really light. This is actually what I'm going to layer with, is this this moot green. But I'm just going to blend down and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so as you can see, I have done some wet blending on the legs.
He's an Age of Sigmar.
So now what I'm going to do is start on his cloak thing. So I'm going to make the base of that this Nagaroth Night. And then I'm going to blend from the Nagaroth Night to this Screamer Pink.
So how do you even do this?
Actually, before I do that, if you can see in this model, I blended all the way up. So I blended from the light green to the cavalite green to the techless blue, sort of a blend between techless blue and the cavalite. So I'm going to do that up in the upper leg areas here. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of this techless blue with this cavalite green, so I get kind of a blendy color there. And I'm just going to poke it up here in its crotchal area. They have crotches. And I'll just blend that a little more with the cavalite green. so it does not overwhelm. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then I'll just blend up to blue right at the very top. I have no idea if this can be seen very well or not. Okay, so I've painted the legs, so we can see we blended from this light green up through Cabalite and up to this Techless blue. So it gives this nice blended color. So I painted this cape thing with Nagaroth Knight. And I'm going to start blending in with Screamer Pink near the top. So it looks something like this guy. Anyway, so that's basically what I've done. Hopefully you can tell, and hopefully this was helpful. But this is kind of what the palette looks like after the end. You can see where I blended all of these colors together. So, yeah, that is my brief tutorial on blending.